Welcome to White Belt, and today we're going to be learning about the fundamentals of coding, such as variables, properties, events, and the user interface used on our program. So, a variable has a name and a value that you can use over and over again. Let's go to Scratch so I can show you an example. So, we're here in Scratch now, and I just want to show you what this code is doing first before explaining the variables. So whenever you click the flag, the ball is going to move 50 steps. So we are using x as our variable here. So whenever we click the flag, we are setting x to be 50, and then using our variable that has a name. The name is x and the value is 50, so we are moving x steps. Okay, so this is saying that the ball is moving x steps, which x is equal to 50. We can change this to, let's say, negative 50, so it can go left instead of right. So now if we click the flag, it's going to go negative 50 steps. Okay, so that is what a variable is. It has a name. We named it x, and it has a value which now is negative 50, which can be changed, and you can use this value over and over again whenever you're doing your code. So what are properties? Properties are the settings or characteristics of a certain object within your code. Let's go to Scratch to show you an example. So we are here in Scratch now, and the basic properties of an object are going to be right here. We're going to be focusing on the ball today. So one of the type of properties and most basics is the name of the object, which in this case is ball. We have the position of the object, which for right now it's 5 on the x-axis and y on and 10 on the y-axis. So we can change this to 8 and 50, and we see how the ball changes position. That's also part of the properties. If you don't understand the x and y axis and that, I'm gonna explain that at the end of the video. Another property is the size. We can make it bigger or we can make it smaller if we want to. Also the direction of the ball, which is not going to affect that much because it's a ball, but like it's going to affect the shine, as you can see. Also the colors is another type of property on an object. So if we change the color, we're changing one of the properties of the object, and those are the basic properties of an object. So moving on to events. An event is an action that occurs because of the user input. I'm going to show you an example so you can better understand this definition. Okay, so we're here in Scratch now. So I set up two events here. The first one is whenever you click the green flag, and the second one is whenever you click the stage. The stage is this part right here. So on our first event, it says we want to switch our backdrop, which just means the background of the stage, to our next background. It doesn't show here, but our next background, it's kind of a blue sky with plants. So let's try that. There we go. So whenever we clicked the green flag, it changed to the blue sky plant background. So that's it for our first event. So just to be clear, the event is whenever we click the green flag, and this is the outcome of it. So on our second event, it says whenever we click our stage, a sound pop is gonna happen until we are done clicking it. So if I just click it, a sound happens. And yeah, those are our two events. I hope you understood. what events mean, and let's move on to the last topic of white belt. So for our last topic, we have our user interface, which is gonna be where you're gonna be working on during white belt. Um, we have different important parts for you to know where to click to go. So let's say on events, it's where you're gonna write your code. On properties, you're gonna be able to see the sizes, direction, color, and the things I explained whenever we're talking about properties. On the left, you're gonna see a screen where like the code is gonna work its magic. So whenever you click start game, the code it's gonna start working and affecting your game, and whenever you stop the game, it's gonna stop affecting your game. Those are the basics for the user interface. Good luck with your white belt progress, and I hope to see you guys later.